Recently, in a time of prayer, I heard a very powerful statement from the Lord. And the Lord just said, quick adjustments. So I just sit there in prayer and I just kept listening to what the Lord was speaking to me about. And I really felt the Lord say strongly to tell people, so I'm telling you, tell people to get ready for quick adjustments. And then over for the next few moments, I just kind of sat there and was just kind of listening to what the Lord was speaking to me about. And this is a two-way street. Now, the first thing is that when the Lord speaks to you about something in your life to make a quick adjustment on, you got to change. Listen to me. You have to change. If God speaks to you about something, you got to change on a dime. You got to turn. You got to change. Now, here's the thing. What if you've been doing something the same way for 30 years and He says quick adjustment? What would you do if you've been going to the same church for 20 years and God spoke to you and you knew it was the Lord? He said, you need to change churches now. What would you do? Would you go before the board and the committee to get their prayer, blessing, and approval? Or would you change quickly? Listen, you've got to do what God says when He says to do it and how He says to do it. What would you do if God said move cities? I had a friend of mine that recently told me, he said, Joe, this is crazy, but God spoke to me so clear to move halfway across America with my wife and kids. And he said, I told my wife and she said, let's go. He said, we moved halfway across America in 4 days. From just happy where we were to halfway across America in 4 days. And so quick adjustments, you got to be ready. What would you do if God said, quit your job? What would you do if the Lord said, start a business? What would you do if God said, launch a church? Actually, my wife and I planted a church in 12 days. Who does that? Me. So understand that. That's the first way, quick adjustments. Now the second one, God, the first one was God speaks to you and you move. The second one is, what would you do when God moves and you know it's Him and you got to move according to not what He says, but your circumstances? There's been so many times people call me, they say, Apostle, pray for me. In my job, they did something that goes against everything that I stand for. Well, what would you do? You going to make a quick adjustment? There's a lot of times that people will call me and say, hey, my church just went away that I totally disagree with. Years ago, the big thing is a lot of churches removed the Holy Spirit. Well, people had to make a decision. Are you going to be a part of a Spirit-filled church or a church that says we don't want the Holy Spirit? A lot of people had to make quick adjustments. And the people that didn't make the adjustment, well, a lot of them, of course, they're not in a Spirit-filled church anymore. But you got to learn to make quick adjustments with the Holy Spirit. Quick adjustments are never easy. A lot of times they're never fun and they're always scary. Who wants that? But every time I've ever made a quick adjustment, there's been times when God said, leave this ministry, leave this church, start this business, launch this, shut this down. I never understood, but I knew the voice of God. And every single time that I've made a quick adjustment in my life, it paid off huge. Down the road, it made sense. Down the road, I absolutely loved it. But when it happened, I was like, oh Lord, I hope you know what you're doing. He is the King of the universe. He knows everything. So the thing is, get ready for quick adjustments. The first one, when God speaks, move according to His voice. The second one, when God does things, move according to the movement of God. Get ready. And I tell people all the time, if there's revival in my region, you're going to find me there. You're going to find me in the services because I want to be around what God is doing. If God is moving, I want to be around it. If God speaks to me about doing something, I'm going to do it as soon as He tells me to do it. It's just the way that you got to live. You got to have quick adjustments in your life. You can't be stuck in your thinking. A lot of you can't be stuck in your theology because there's a lot of people right now that they have to unlearn a lot of the stuff that they've learned because God is speaking in such a powerful way. So when God speaks to you, quick adjustment, get ready because things are going to happen. And you're going to see ministries and churches start to grow overnight. They're just going to start growing and people are going to say, wow, how did that church grow all of a sudden? Because God spoke to some people years ago to start places of prayer, revival churches and revival hubs. And in the right season, God is going to call the people to come in because those revival hubs that were birthed out of prayer are now going to become training centers. So get ready for the quick adjustments in your life, because the very thing you've been praying about, God's about to speak to you on. So get ready to live a life, a fast life of quick adjustments.